Basically, since the 2020s or maybe his entire career, Joel Embiid has just been basically nothing but scrutinized, whether it's because of injury, lack of winning attitude, a bunch of different stuff. But recently, if you have not read the article that came out about Joel Embiid on ESPN, it is a phenomenal piece of work. And I haven't even finished the whole thing. I stopped halfway through to record this video because I love Joel Embiid, and this showed a lot about who he is. And so I'm just dropping everything, and I'm going to make the video for today about Joel Embiid. I had something else planned. We'll get to that a little bit later. It's about the Thunder. It's a cool little thing. I just want to talk about Joel Embiid. So that's why the video is called We Need to Talk About Joel Embiid. Quick preface, I split channels recently, so this channel is going to be a lot more of just talking and talking about the NBA, like current things, trades, stuff like this, and the other one's a lot more fun, challenging stuff. So go check that out. Shameless plug right there. But if you have not read this article about Joel Embiid so far, man, it is good. And it sucks because I think that it's changing a lot of people's minds about Joel Embiid and saying, hey, he really is trying his best. He this, that, life experiences. And it kind of sucks because we shouldn't need kind of like a proke like that or like a prompt to feel that way about an NBA player. We should just, in my opinion, that's why I love what I'm doing, and I'm trying to be positive on the internet especially, and I love what Kenny Beecham is doing with Enjoy Basketball. So like that whole thing, I really vibe with that whole thing because at one point in time, I used to really not like players, certain players. Devin Booker, Giannis, goes on and on and on. And I was really high on a lot of guys. Now I'm just like, what's the point in hating on a player? I really remember it when someone was recently, a couple years ago, was hating on KD and the Warriors and stuff. And I'm like, now that I'm thinking back on it, that was some of the greatest basketball I ever watched in my life. Like, why would I spend time hating on it when I could spend time focusing on it? I don't know. That's just a me thing. I'm not telling everybody to do that. That's just how I want to do things. And it's funny because this article did not change anything in Joel's life except for let everybody else know kind of what was going on. But in my opinion, just in human life and in basketball, I don't think we should need, like I said, like that kind of poke or prompt to think about him a little more sympathetically, right? Because he is just a dude, and I'm not trying to get too introspective with all this stuff, but I just want to talk about his career because he said, as a man, I'm fine. You can't tell me nothing. I've done this. And I'm like, dude, straight up, 100%, yeah. As a basketball player, though, I want to get on his side right now because I have been on his side. And specifically as a Clippers fan for myself, the 2020s, it's been every year, man, I think we can compete, injury. I think we can compete, injury, stuff like that. So I 100% see what the Sixers are going through, especially the fan base, the organization, the players. I understand exactly how that is because my favorite team is kind of going through the same deal, right? Maybe Joel's a little bit bigger of a, well, I don't know. Kawhi is kind of a big deal too. Kawhi has like the same criticism and stuff. But they both, when they play, it's like, holy crap, these guys are insane. And I just want to take a look at Joel's stats. I mean, golly, he didn't play his first 2 years in the NBA because of injury. And then he gets playing 20 points, 22, 27, down to 23, 28, 30, 33 points per game, just barely under his minutes. And then 2 years ago, he's on pace to averaging more points than minutes, which is what an insane thing to do. And then he was cut short because that was I believe, like Kuminga fell on his knee or something like that. But, man, I just want to give flowers to Joel Embiid. I hope the Sixers are good, even though they have Paul George. And I'm like, Paul George, that's also another dude that has injury problems, and it's just like, it's just hard. It's hard. And I feel like a lot of negativity happens on players online and stuff, and a lot of it is perception. I mean, if you read the article, you saw the part where he was talking about, hey, people thought he was fat and lazy because he didn't talk to anybody at practice, didn't really do anything. He had a foot problem. It wasn't healing. He was eating burgers on the sideline. Like, from what we see. And then on top of that, he's kind of being like a smart aleck to some people. And it's just, and then I think it was last season or 2 years ago. I think it was last season where the reporter said something about his dead brother and his son. And Joel confronted him and pushed him. And so that doesn't help this whole case. But I think that this article, especially what I'm reading online, is people are being a lot more sympathetic towards Joel, and it's just interesting because he is such an amazing player. I think that it's interesting when we're talking about like offensive. What does it mean? Because I think, obviously Jokic is the best offensive center that I've ever seen in my lifetime. But I'm talking about just straight up bag work, scoring, getting guys out of position. I mean, and on defense, Joel Embiid is the most well-rounded center that I've watched with my own eyes in my life. Jokic doesn't play defense. Giannis can't shoot, and I consider him a big man, right? And he's getting better at that. But Embiid, it seemed like he came into the league pretty much in the first couple of years. He's been making an all-star team since his second year playing. And the first one he missed was this past season when he only played 19 games. So the dude is really, really, really good. And when he gets a chance, I know it's a whole thing like, oh man, we got this and that before an Embiid conference final. I don't know if this is the year, but if there was a year for him to do it and if he's healthy, I mean, and that's the hard part. We've been saying that for years, if he's healthy. But what else are we supposed to do? We know everybody who watches the NBA knows what this dude can do. And I personally am in the camp of, I would rather be, if he's healthy, I want this. This is going to be awesome. Rather than being like, he sucks, he's not going to be healthy, and being pessimistic about it. There's no point. I'm a glass half full kind of guy anyways. So I'm always in the camp of, if they're healthy, like I said with my conditioning kind of being a Clippers fan, I do the same thing all the time anyways. If Embiid's healthy, the East is wide open. I don't want to say wide open. The Magic and the Knicks and other guys like the Pistons looking really, really good. The Bucks still have Giannis as of now. So, but Embiid, bro, if they're healthy with the squad that they got, just with him, he might be the best player in the Eastern Conference. And that's, him and Giannis are easily up there. Now, if you've not checked out my other channel, I did the whole Bleacher Report Top 100 thing. They put Embiid at 84. Spoiler, it's on the thumbnail, so you're not going to get spoiled anything. I can't believe that. Like, what are we doing? At least put him, I would rather take him off. I would rather take him off of the list than put him at 84, because that just doesn't make any sense. There's no way Christian Brown is ahead of Joel Embiid. I don't care what you say about availability. No one in their right mind is taking Christian Brown over Joel Embiid. If you have, I would take the 19 games of Joel and not have Christian Brown on my team at all. Like, I don't think that's crazy to say. But yeah, man, I just love Joel Embiid, and I'm excited to see him play this year. If everything goes well, it sounds like this summer, I need to finish the article, but it sounds like this summer's been very good for him, rehabilitating, getting out there a little bit more. He's never played more than 70 games in his career. The highest is 68 that I'm looking at in 2022, where he was second in MVP, and then his MVP year, he played 66, one above the required 65 games. I think that was the thing at the time. I think that might have been the year where that came out. But just his overall skill set, he is one of the most fun players off the court, on the court. It's just, I want to see him win. And I'm glad that a lot of the internet and people, I need to talk to more people about it in real life because that's what really matters, right? But I want to see, I'm glad that we're seeing a little bit more of a positive push towards Joel, because I've not said it enough. I love this dude. He's awesome. I remember watching his debut because I was like, remember playing 2K in 2013, 14, whatever, and I'm like, who is this guy? I haven't seen him play, but he's in 2K, right? And then 2 years later, he plays. I'm like, oh. And then I watched the game, and I'm like, oh. If you watch Joel's first year in Philly, go back and watch those highlights, bro. Oh my gosh, it is so like you can see the vision. And in the article, it's crazy because it talks about no one thought he was an MVP, no one thought he was going to be All-Star, no one thought he was going to be anything. He wasn't even going to step on the freaking court again. So I'm going to make a prediction later in a video. I've got videos next week with the East standings and West standings and stuff like that. And you will see where I put the Sixers. I need to have some more mulling time over, okay, if Joel Embiid is tip-top, this is where I'm going to put him. Because the Sixers could do something. And I don't think anybody's talking about that. Like I said, we say that every year. But is this year different? Who knows? That's the camp I want to be in. I have no problem being wrong with that. Because personally, they're not my team, so obviously I don't really care. But I do want to see Joel win and compete because he is one of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen with my eyes. So that's all I got for today, bro. This is more of a rant video. Not even a rant. This is what this channel is for right now. If you like this content, I'm just talking about stuff that's on my mind. And let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see, especially on both channels. The fun one and this one. So I love y'all. Have a good day. We out.